been such a stupidly long time since I sat down in front of this camera and filmed a freaking video. I'm gonna get into it, okay? I'm gonna get into this story. I'm gonna explain what happened to my head, where half of my hair is, why it is the color that it is, everything. You are going to get the juicy, nitty gritty details. There are a couple of things I wanna say really quickly before we get into the video, which is that number one, I have missed you guys so much. I know that I have been away from YouTube, from Instagram, everything. The video that you guys saw last, I think I filmed back in March. Sometimes life does some things and throws some curveballs that you just don't expect, and I did not know what was going on in my own life. So I just want to say thank you guys while you are so patient with me while I figure everything out. Sorry for the echo in this room, by the way. It is obviously hardwood, and the only furniture that I have in here is what I have gotten so far from Pier 1. This is part of what will eventually be my background when I have like a chair and a real tripod and I don't have to sit on the floor. So the echo, just that I've been away and that I love you guys so much and I appreciate you every single day of my life, but I especially appreciate all of your love and kindness and your support, and just know that anything that you do, whether it's writing me a personal email or it is just watching one of these videos, any support, any love that you show me is so greatly appreciated, and it never ever goes unnoticed. Okay, so my hair is not the color that it was the last time that we talked. I tweeted about it and I kind of like made a joke out of it because the day that I had it done to me, I was like wearing this striped dress and it was very 90s, and I was like Rachel Green who, but literally like Rachel Green, the queen of 90s style, the queen of Friends. But in case you don't know, I have not talked about this very openly, and this is the hair color after it has been washed like 5 times with really cheap shampoo, which I did specifically to lighten it. And I feel like maybe right now it has dark roots, but I would call this a very dark blonde. Just give it to me, okay? Just let me call myself a blonde because I'm having an identity crisis. My birthday was May 20th and I was going to be spending it on the road on the way to California. It was not expected. I had other birthday plans, but like I said, life throws curveballs at you sometimes and you just gotta learn to roll with the punches. And so on my birthday, I knew I was gonna be in a car, I knew that I was gonna be traveling across the United States, and I knew that I wanted to do something for myself before my birthday, just so I could kind of like treat myself. I also, I posted about it on Instagram, got myself a bear made out of all of my dad's favorite things, like the Minnesota Vikings, his favorite team, Star Trek. It was like a bear kind of like modeled after him. So I got myself that. But I also decided as a little treat to myself, I wanted to get a haircut because I don't know if you've noticed, my hair has been in a bit of a funk. Basically what happened was I used the L'Oreal Colorista. I hope that they don't sue me. But I used it for the dark brown to, or the light brown to dark brown hair color. And I used that teal shade on the ends of my hair for Coachella, in case you did not already see. Here you go. I loved it, but I was over it really quickly and it was not fading. Granted, my hair is bleached. It is also not the color that that hair dye was made for. So for me, the hair color was not semi-permanent. It didn't seem like it was fading at all. I'm impatient. I was going to Playlist Live, and so I decided to strip the hair color out with a little boxed thing of hair color remover. And I did that once with red hair, so I thought it would go okay this time, but no. My hair kind of turned this minty shade, and then I toned it, and then it turned kind of gray, and I really liked it. And then within the next wash, it just looked like I had spent a lot of time in dirty dishwater, and I just wasn't into it. It looked prettier on camera than it did in real life, let me promise you that. In real life, it felt dead and just like I had processed it so many times. My hair was so over it, and yeah, I just needed to do something about it. So I decided on, I think it was May 18th or the 17th, I'm not sure, that I would go and get my hair done. And I was not going to get my color done originally. I was just gonna trim off some of that kind of like dirty dishwater, greeny gray color that I had going on. And when I got to the salon and I met my hairstylist, I'm not gonna say where, I was in Austin, Texas though. I met my stylist who I had booked very last minute. She had really high ratings on Yelp, and her like work kind of spoke for itself, and she managed to sneak me in really last minute on the day that I decided to get my hair done. I walked in and she was so nice when we first met, just really polite, asked me if I wanted anything to drink, yada yada yada. Very like nice salon. I was paying a lot of money for the cut that I was getting. It was definitely a treat for myself, you know what I mean? Like it was just a nice place, and that's the vibe that I got when I first got there. Then I sat down in the chair and my hair was originally up in a bun. So when I took it down and she saw the color, I could see it on her face, and I immediately, so this is my thing with salons, is that if my hair doesn't look great, I feel like I constantly have to like excuse it and explain why it looks the way that it looks. So she was kind of giving the ends of my hair like the, oh girl, like looking at it like it was a lot worse than it was. And I was just like, oh, you know, this happened because I'm stupid and I tried to process it at home, blah, blah, blah. And this is kind of when things already started to go downhill, is I hadn't said like that I wanted my hair colored or anything like that. I had just, you know, said like, oh, this is why my color is the way that it is. I'm just trying to get some of the ends starting to get back to normal so I can just get back to my like everyday normal blonde shade. And the girl is kind of like feeling my hair, and I can tell that she's not really listening to me. And she's like, girl, who girl, who girl? And just like keeps saying that over and over. And I was like, yes, how can I help you? I don't know, just like the way that she was looking at my hair and like laughing at it, it made me really uncomfortable. And so like, I don't know, I'm one of those people too where in situations like that, I just kind of like freeze up and freak out. So I didn't want her to think I was stupid, and she was very clearly treating my hair like it was a total train wreck. So I was like, oh yeah, my friend did my hair for a while and that's why it is the way that it is, and like all of this kind of stuff, just like completely lying to her because I don't know, I was like really embarrassed, which I've never been before. I've always done my own hair and I've never been embarrassed about it because I never thought it looked bad. And the girl was like, they are not your friends if they did this to your hair. Like kept talking smack on my hair color, and like even the cut of it, like even the cut of my hair, she was like making it seem like it was the worst thing on planet Earth. And I was just like feeling really insecure and really crappy, and it's like 3 days before my birthday and I just wanted to feel pretty. So she starts talking about what she thinks should be done for my hair color, this and that. And I was like, well, I mean, if you have any time today, I would love to like do a little something to the color. And she's like, oh yeah, my entire evening is free, like let me do this for you. And automatically I'm kind of just excited because I sort of felt worse about my hair color than I did when I walked in. I didn't think it was that bad. Like I didn't love it, but I didn't think it was awful, you know what I mean? I just came in for a haircut. But then I felt really insecure about it. I felt like, you know, like, oh my God, if this like professional stylist is telling me how ugly my hair is, essentially, like, I better do something. So I'm happy she has time, and I'm happy that she would make the time, and overall I'm just feeling really grateful and really excited. And when we go into talking about the hair color, first off, what we did was we chopped off a little bit of the ends. I told the stylist that when my hair is curled, I like the longest bit to kind of touch the top of my boob area. So it's a little bit shorter than I wanted, but not by very much. So I'm not really too unhappy with the haircut. I wasn't worried about losing a lot of length. I just wanted it to feel less dead. You know what I mean? And my hair was like down to here before. So I'm really glad that I got some of it trimmed off. So that's kind of where the cut thing comes into play. But we kind of give it a quick dry cut, and then we start the coloring process. And we're talking about what we're gonna do, this and that, and she kind of asks what I want, and I was telling her that my main concern was just staying blonde, that I really like my blonde hair, I think it looks really pretty on me. And she's sort of like looking at my roots, which were a lot at that point in time. I mean, I think I had like 2 solid inches of root up here. You can kind of still see it because they're still dark with this current thing that I've got going on. And she is just talking about like what she's gonna do and all of this, and they use this specific brand of hair color, and I'm not gonna say anything, again, I don't want to get in trouble, but it's a very natural brand of hair color. She made it seem like bleach was not their thing, like all this kind of stuff, and I was just kind of like, okay, so what would you recommend? Because I'm open to discussion, whatever. And she starts talking about like doing a darker root extended, and I think that that sounds so fun, like a darker root and then my typical medium like to light gold blonde color all throughout. We were gonna kind of balance out the ends and tone them so that they matched my hair up here. So the dark root and then like a light medium blonde. She spends so much time doing it, and I have to say that all in all, like I have to give credit where credit is due. I don't want this hair color. I did not expect the hair color. At the end of the day, I'm still upset about what happened, but she did a great job. Like the hair itself even though this is not something that I'm really into, it's really pretty. Like when I look at my hair and I don't think about, you know, how I don't think that it matches me or anything like that, I just think about how pretty it is and how pretty that the fade is and that the blend is. She did a great job, and my hair was definitely like 3 different colors. I mean, it was dark, it was blonde, and then there was like the gray bit at the very end, most of which we kind of chopped, but some of which was still there. And we have a great talk, her and I. I don't know if you guys are like this, but I love telling my stylist like my life story, you know what I mean? It's like a venting session. So we're just talking about our lives, hanging out, sipping wine. Well, I'm sipping wine, she's not sipping wine. Maybe she was, I really don't know. I'm noticing that the dye all over, as she, you know, as she kind of moves from the roots to the rest of the hair, just looks really dark. And I really quickly verify, you know, like what level is this? Like what level of hair are you taking me to? She tells me that the root is a level 10, and that the rest of my hair is a level 8. And I'm really, like, I'm just really confused. I'm not a hairstylist, I don't know things about this, but when I Googled it later, because I was just like, what color is my hair and what color was it supposed to turn out? Level 8 is apparently the blonde that I had before, and then a level 10 is like a really, really, really light blonde, like a really, really fair light blonde color. At least that's what I learned in the little bit of research that I did. Maybe someone else can explain it to me. I might be totally wrong, but that's what she was saying, was that the rest of my hair was going to be a level 8 and that the top was going to be a level 10. And I think specifically what she said was it was like a 10, an 8, and a 7. But it didn't make any sense because it was supposed to be getting lighter as it went down. Like that's kind of what she was explaining to me as we moved forward, was that she wanted the blonde to fade very naturally. These ends were already a little bit lighter, so she was gonna do a slightly lighter shade of blonde down here, but overall the look was just going to be blonde with a dark, kind of extended root. But I'm just noticing that it looks so dark. I'm trying not to panic because I've done my own hair so many times. I did a video on my channel about how I did my own hair with that Clear All Natural Instinct stuff that I kind of use in between, like when I bleach my hair and stuff like that. I like to use that stuff to sort of even myself out, give myself a little bit of a tone, and go back to an all over seamless color. So I'm not dumb. I know what hair color looks like on the head, but I'm just noticing that it's dark. Like it's really, really, really dark. And I'm trying not to panic, and I'm hanging out. My brother comes to the salon and hangs out with me, and he's like, man, like that's dark. It's dark, girl. And I was like, I know, I don't know what to say. Like, try not to panic here. So we go back and she washes me out, and immediately she kind of like leaves the salon area to go and get a product to put into my hair, like a really nice protein sort of conditioner. And when she leaves, I sort of look at my hair because all of the dyes come out. And at that point in time, my hair was literally brown all over. Like there was no blondness to it. You can see in the photos, it was a dark color for me. But to me, it looked like it was a brunette shade, not a blonde shade. And again, I'm trying not to panic. I know that the hair is definitely wet, but I'm freaking out. So we go back to the styling area. Not only is my hair brown, but there is a line around my forehead where the brown dye that was for the extended root had been sitting. And I was kind of like, is there anything we can do about that? Because I was going out to dinner with my brother that night for my birthday. We were going to a really nice restaurant, and I didn't want to look freaking crazy. I didn't have any makeup on, but like, I knew that normally I've never been to a salon before and gotten my hair done where like there was a line, like a literal line, like a little 1-inch line of color around my forehead. Oh yeah, we use some exfoliating product. It comes off so easy, don't even worry about it. She starts blowing out my hair and is commenting on, you know, how like it may look really dark right now, but of course it's gonna fade. That's what hair color does naturally, this and that. And I was like, well, it does look really dark, but I trust you. You know, if you're saying it's gonna fade over time, that's okay. I just didn't realize it was going to be this dark. You know, you were saying it was going to be like a medium blonde on the way down. And she doesn't even acknowledge that. She just says, oh my God, thank God, because when you said that you don't like your overall hair tone being brown, which I said when I said that I wanted to keep it like a blonde tone, she said, when you said that, I got really nervous. So like, why wouldn't you tell me that the overall hair color was gonna be brown? Like, why say that it's gonna be blonde through here? And now just like looking up different information, I don't necessarily know that she knew what she was saying in terms of the levels of hair. Like, I'm just really confused about the whole thing. I don't wanna be rude. At the end of the day, I looked in the mirror, my eyes are so blue with darker hair. I didn't hate the way that I looked or anything. I felt really uncomfortable for sure. And I just didn't want to be rude. You know what I mean? Because this girl had taken out so much of her afternoon. She spent like 3 hours on my hair. I tell her that it's all good. I think she can kind of see on my face that, you know, I'm not thrilled with it. I go back to my hotel in Austin. I tweet a picture and I kind of just like take the night and I sleep on it. And the next day I wake up and I'm like, what in the world is on my head? Since then, I have been using basically the cheapest shampoo that I can find. It is a shampoo that I actually used to use in high school all the time, which explains why my hair was so dry. It's actually the Suave Rosemary and Mint shampoo, and I only say that because I still use that shampoo for a lot of different reasons. I kind of use it as a clarifying shampoo because it really strips everything out of your hair, if that makes any sense. So I used it specifically to lighten my hair back to this because, as you can tell, it was really, 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 really dark at first and it really freaked me out. I feel really bad because the people at the salon, I guess someone there knew who I was, and I said that I would give them like a shout out on Instagram and that kind of thing, and I just never did because to be perfectly honest, I'm not happy and I wouldn't want people to go and attack them or anything like that, or for their business to hurt in any capacity because of this situation. But moral of the story, this is why I literally never go to salons, because I swear to you, something like this always happens. Either that or like a chunk of my hair, literally the last salon experience that I had and I never went back, she left a chunk of hair like down to here and the rest of my hair was like at this level when it was straight. It was just like one piece in the very front was really long. And she also like let me walk out of the salon with sopping wet hair when I had paid for a blow dry. It was really mean to me. So I feel like I have nothing but bad salon experiences. That being said, girl, boy, human being, if you do hair in Los Angeles, or if you have someone that you can recommend for hair in Los Angeles, let our girl know, because I would love to start hanging out with people who aren't going to do things like this to my head. That would be great. Anyways, that is the story of why my hair is brown now. Like I said, I feel like it's more of a darker blonde now that it's lightened a good bit, and I feel like the ends are really light again. So I'm not like horrified by it. I just don't feel like myself anymore. And I'm probably going to go see a friend of my manager, Jake's. He's like an incredible hairstylist, and he's seeing if he has any time for me this week. Fingers crossed, because I'm going to the beach as a birthday trip in like a week, and I don't feel right without my blonde hair. I feel like I am a blonde person. I feel like I'm very bubbly. I feel like I need it back. But this has been, you know, a nice change on the bright side of things. It's been interesting. It's been like something different and something new. But yeah, I just wanted to explain why this is on my head. I wanted to give you my little salon horror story time. Tana Mojo, who, honestly? Actually, when I sit back and I think about it, every single one of my friends has done a salon horror story time. Tana, I think Shannon, like literally every YouTuber has a salon horror story time. So I feel like maybe this is just saying something. I don't know. I love you guys so much. I will see you in the next video coming up very soon. Thank you for your patience while I figure myself out. Thank you for being respectful about my private life at this particular moment in time. Everything I think will make a lot of sense in a couple of months. I love you all so, so much. Have a great day, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.